Welcome to another episode of the Kanokla Chatter.
I'm Leah.
And I'm Tim.
So today we're sitting down with Amanda, our customer service supervisor, talking about what local really means and how that's at the heart of our customer experience.
So stick around to see how Kanokla puts you first. Thank you for being here today. Could you tell us your name and your role here at Kanokla?
Yeah, I am Amanda Eckerman, and my role at Kanokla is customer service supervisor.
Also, tell us about your whole entire journey at Kanokla and how long you've been here.
Okay. I've been here almost 5 years.
Wow, really?
Yes.
Time flies.
I started out at Kanokla as a CSR at our downtown store where we had we still have a retail store here. And we also at that time did Pioneer cell phones.
I want to touch on because all three of us in this room, probably Justin too, he's in here too. We are comfortable communicating with people, very much used to it, but I think about how much exposure I've had in customer service. Do you feel like all of those previous jobs and exposure has helped you, or do you feel like you just have always been people comfortable?
I think for the most part, I've just always been people comfortable, but most every single one of my jobs leading up to Kanokla required me to talk to people on a daily basis. I can't imagine sitting in an office and not talking to anyone. I know that's others' preference, but having to deal with that and it not always be a great experience with customers, that has I've just brought all of the knowledge that I've learned along the way.
I really like what we do now for continued training with our customer service team is having them listen to themselves, because that is really important. Even though everyone hates their voice and it is rough, but we have them do it, and I think it has helped, at least made them a little more comfortable.
Yeah, I think listening back to yourself, you really just the smallest things that you can critique about yourself. Maybe it was your tone. Maybe you were speaking too fast. Maybe you're, we're breathing into they could hear you breathing. Different things like that just want to make you just give the best customer service we can every time. So even if it's the smallest tweak, just communicating that with my team and making sure that they're aware. And I always just say, communicate with a customer how you would want to be communicated with. Because, would you want somebody to talk to you in that tone, or would you want somebody to be short, or especially, I guess, in the help desk world of the long pause as they're trying to look up, whatever the customer's issue, maybe they're having internet trouble or something like that, creating small talk, or if they're not comfortable with small talk, especially if it's somebody they know, maybe putting them on that brief hold so there isn't that awkward silence.
Yeah. So, and I know I probably touch on this a lot and probably hear it every time, but small town, I feel like that also kind of just forms you early on, because you're kind of just put out there no matter what. You're kind of forced to be personable because you're always, I don't know.
It is different,
It's
though.
different.
Because I don't know if it's because we were in the play in high school or little forensics kids, or, you were in all the sports. And were you in the play?
I was in the play.
Yeah, she was in the play.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Thank you.
Totally forgot about
I had
you.
to be the lead my senior year because someone quit the week of the play.
Wait, was that? Is that when we did the court one?
I was the judge.
Yes, I remember. I was the police officer.
Was I the window washer?
Yes.
Yeah. Never got the lead. And one year I was a man.
I think I was terrified and I got thrown into it. I don't know. I don't remember what my role was before that. But
I remember this.
Had to do that.
We always touch on rural and small, larger companies. You're not going to get this kind of attention. I mean, they try to advertise that they will, but
yes, they do.
But not.
That's a farce.
Yeah, we actually will back up that promise. Like, you come in, or if you need somebody sent to your house, you're going to get a real person, and you're not going to be on hold for forever or transferred between 20 different people.
Yeah, I mean, with us, us being a small team of mostly 8 people as far as the main people on the phone as CSRs, usually we know if somebody's working on a particular project, maybe we are calling customers in a certain area because there's going to be upgrades or something going on the other set. And I have one rep working on that. The other 7 know that. So if calls are coming back in, we know where to direct them. Whereas if you're in a big company and you're dealing with people that you don't know, don't see, there could be hundreds of you. You have no idea. So I think that's just one of the main huge perks of us being local and so tight-knit and knowing what everybody's doing.
You empower our customer service team to make sure they have all of the tools to handle whatever issue comes their way. Whereas, you know, some of my worst customer service experiences, it's been a real human. They have a nice voice. They've been great, but they are unable to solve my problem. We have a team that there's almost nothing that they can't solve. And if they do need to escalate it, who does it go to?
Yeah.
And then if you haven't heard of it or whatever, or if you're not here, who does it go to?
You.
And then that is it. Beyond me, somebody would be talking to the CEO, COO, anybody. I mean, we only have 3 officers here. But I just think about my horrible experiences with large customer service, large companies, terrible automated systems that you have to go through 50 things. You want to verify my information. You want my blood.
Yeah.
You want everything. And then I get on the phone with you and I still have to verify it again. I think that's my frustration. Sorry for the long rant. But then they can't fix my problem. And they don't even know who to send it to.
Right. That's absolutely true. And that's something with our, being a smaller company, we all are aware. We have weekly meetings so that everybody knows of everything that's going on. We try to have as much communication as possible. I really let my team know, please, if you don't know something, reach out to me. I will find the answer. If I don't have the answer, I will find it for you because I want you to know. I want to be able to give the customer right when they're on the phone. If they're calling in and asking, I want my team to know. I always want to know. I don't want to not be able to help somebody. That's why I just try to give my team those same tools.
And I also like another change that's happened in the last 5 years is a short automated, it's called, if you are Paul Shore, shout out to Paul. He calls it an IVR system, I believe. And it gives 6 options. And that's it. You hit an option, you get to that area, or you wait and it's over in less than 30 seconds and they're getting somebody.
There's 4 or 5 options max. Mm-hmm. And so it's pretty short. And as always, press 0 if you don't know. And then that rings to all of our customer service team. But using that automated, it's pretty short, but it at least gets the customer to where they need to go the first time. And if they happen to if they were calling about billing and they happen to get back to our help desk, all of our help desk representatives also they know the basics of billing, so they could still help them, which would not be the case, in a larger company. They probably wouldn't even have access to take a payment.
No matter who you get in our company, they're going to be able to help you in some way.
We all know essentially what everybody does or who the customer would need to go to with what question.
I think it's super important to just emphasize or reiterate because local gets sold a lot in commercials and other internet companies, everything. How do we do local? What does that mean to us?
I mean, for me personally, it's my entire team lives locally. So in Caldwell, all 7 of the CSRs who work in the Caldwell office live in Caldwell. Janice, who works in the Scheidler office, lives in Scheidler. So to me, that just shows these people not only are they are a familiar face, familiar voice. They also are in the community. Their family, their families, and if you happen to we do have an after hours helpline, and if you do happen to reach out to them, they are still up in the Kansas City area, so they are close to, not necessarily as local as our small town, but they are close. They are not somebody who's, in another time zone. They're not somebody who's halfway across the country. And if you do happen to get our after hours, if it is something that's important, it goes directly to somebody who is local here in our office, and will, reach out to you, especially if it is an urgent need.
And we always have an on-call technician at night for certain things that help desk is connected to.
Yeah, if they feel like it is an escalated situation, they would reach out to that on-call technician directly.
And speaking on those technicians, just like our CSRs, those technicians are also local within the communities that we serve.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we have several, just as I spoke on the CSR team, several of our technicians are, also live here locally or the surrounding towns, and several of them have worked at Kanokla for several years. Our customers know them by name. We send out a follow-up survey after customer interaction, and those surveys will name technicians specifically, that this technician is wonderful. They did a great job.
To brag on our technicians, I mean, just recently we had a fiber cut and they literally stayed all night, over 12 hours.
Yes. To fix it, it happened right before 5 p.m. A couple weeks ago, and those technicians who had been at work all day long went out and they worked all through the night. And it wasn't completed until I think it was about 9 a.m. the following morning. And so they worked, around the clock to get customers up and going and as quickly as possible, because we know, especially in this day and age, that, sometimes that in the internet is your lifeline, especially if you're a remote worker or anything like that. And we, wanted to get them up as soon as possible. That's what Kanokla is all about.
I think it's a really fun fact that who's worked here the longest at Kanokla?
I don't know.
Y'all fail. Byron.
Wow.
And I think it should be 35 or 36 years that he's worked here.
Wow.
And also right behind him, maybe just 1 or 2 years difference, is Jill, our CEO. They have been here the longest, but I always think that's cool. Byron started right out of school.
It's nice to, as you come into this company, that's one thing that we do is recognize all of the employees. And, it's nice to see multiple employees who have been here for, 5, 10, 15, clear up to 30 plus years, that we see that. And that is just a testament to Kanokla and this company and how great of a place it is.
No, you're right. It is a really great place to work. And I really think the reason that it is because customer experience is at the heart of our culture. Internal and external customers is what we talk about in our meetings all of the time. Internal customers being coworkers, external being all of our customers and communities. But I think that is really what makes us special.
Yeah, I do think that it's been like that for Kanokla, and especially for me from day one, because, what I needed as a CSR, and then taking those things as I've transitioned into a supervisor and making sure that I am giving my team that same thing back, that what I needed, and I'm providing to them, as much as I can to help them succeed moving forward.
Yeah, it's kind of instilled in you. Can you go over some of the changes that have happened in the last 5 years within our billing system?
Yeah, so in 2022, we switched over to a new software with innovative systems. We utilize the Elation billing for our day-to-day, as far as taking customers' payments, creating orders for them, new service, things like that.
Can you kind of walk us through some of the new features that we have really got into in the past year?
The way that this works with Innovative is that we have readily available training, or we're able to dive into a feature that we may have not touched base on yet. Something in the last two things come to mind, and the first one would be our text message feature that we have recently launched. So every month we generate a text a couple days before the 15th, which is when bills are due. It sends out a reminder to our customers to let them know that, hey, just letting you know, we don't, you still have a balance with us.
Which did come from customer feedback that we got. We had a lot of requests from customers.
Absolutely. We have several customers who will just shoot a simple text message back and say, thank you so much for reminding me. I totally forgot. Or yes, I plan to pay it on Friday when I get paid, something like that. So that's been great. We also send that out a couple days before we do our non-pay disconnects. So we, of course, want to give all of our customers an opportunity to make an arrangement with us to avoid getting shut off. And we, try to work with everybody. So that's super helpful. We send that out and say, hey, please give us a call. Let us know when you can pay it. And we do our best to try to avoid shutting anybody off. And then another one that we just launched in the last few weeks is our welcome email. And so now when our new customers sign up with us and for new service, we send out an email to them, and what that email says, just kind of a general, the basics of Kanokla, information about how they can pay their bill, information about fiber optics in general, and how their internet works.
But we do have it for all our customer types.
Yeah.
And then ones we don't have, we're working on.
Yeah, that is true. So our wireless side, they do receive a separate email, and it talks about their wireless service and how it works. So it does break that down and just try to give them some general information about their service and about Kanokla.
Doesn't the email also introduce our different departments, like our IT and our design studio, that kind of stuff?
So it does give our customers who may not be familiar with our other services that we offer. It also does, give information about some basic things that those other departments can offer them, so that we try to grab those customers and let them know that we can offer them other options. Right now, if we send out an email, if we send out a text message, anything that is customer related, as long as it has been generated through that software, the CSR who answers the phone has everything right at their fingertips. They're able to see the text message. They're able to see what customer service rep sent it, or the email that went out. So if a customer calls in and says, hey, I got this text, or hey, I got this email, the CSR on the phone will know exactly what it was.
And I'm surprised right off the bat. I think you were thinking of the features that Leah likes the most. But the real feature that you like is, are you going to say it? You're such a nerd.
I don't know.
Contracts. I'm surprised you didn't say that first.
Oh, yes. The contracts that haunted me for so long. Yes, this all software also was able to have us digitally be able to send out a contract to a customer. So
have them sign it
and digitally and return it, and it attaches right back into their account.
Just wanted to point out, if anybody wants to still come in and do it all in person and sign the contract with us, or any kind of business they want to do in person, we still have all of those options.
Yes.
We just now have all of the rest.
Yeah. If we just want to make sure that we have as many options for all of our customers as possible. And that way, whatever it may be, if it's signing up with new service, if they're having trouble, whatever it is, we have all of the options to walk in, call, text, and help them however it's most convenient for them.
What message would you like to end with for our customers listening or tuning in?
I think just to let our customers know that our customer service team and all of, our employees really care about our customers. We really understand that our customers are what's going to drive our company moving forward, and that we're doing the changes that we're making are to improve their experience with us. And whether that looks like, a personalized email or the way we communicate every day, just knowing that we're trying to implement as many tools that are available to us to help our customers, and that if we have you on the phone and you're ever experiencing an issue, who you're talking to, I really believe, as my team, as their supervisor, they really care and they want to fix the problem, if that's why you're calling in.
This podcast was to shine a light on our excellent customer service. But thanks for coming up.